Salute, boxing fans, critics, and analysts. I just want to go live, man. I thank you guys so much. Thank you, everybody, for liking, subscribing, and sharing. Thank you for the love, man. I have been having a ball, man, and these lives. And, so that's why I decided, man, I just want to keep pushing these lives out. You know what I mean? Just keep pushing more lives out. It's so fun, interacting with you guys, ladies and gentlemen, you know what I mean? And got more lives planned up, scheduled out for with guests. It's just fun, man. I love to have boxing talk with all you guys, with those who come in the chat, you know what I mean? Collaborate, the ideas you guys have, sharing your ideas and thoughts. It's just fun. I really have fun with you all. And I want to give my thoughts on the, Angelo Leo versus Tramaine Williams fight, my post-fight reaction. And like I said, you guys know, or if you don't, and before we get to it, thank you for the new subscribers, all the subscribers in general. I thank you so much, man. I mean, it's all for you guys, and it's all for the love of boxing. This is exactly why I do it. It's for the love of the sport, man. And, got some great lives planned out in the future also. So, man, stay tuned and remember to put the notification, put that notification on, click on the notification, make sure you get the notifications, have that open so that you can know when I go live, you know what I mean? Because I go live periodically, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes I just, boom, out of nowhere go live. And sometimes I have them scheduled. As you guys know that, excuse me, I have, the boxing series, the Then and Now, Boxing Then and Now series. We just finished part 4 last week, with my guests, amazing guests, man. Reggie Owens, Curtis Anderson, Stormy B, a wealth of knowledge, man, and wisdom that these guys give, and the show. We just finished part 4, man. And, these recent lives I've been having with Nika, knockouts with Nika, you know what I mean? Much love to the community and those who have been live, Erica Montoya, boxing reporter. Bruce Goes, what is up, brother? What is up, man? I want to give this a breakdown and my personal post-fight reaction on Tramaine Williams and Angelo Leo. And, just getting a little mini introduction here, and just appreciating each and every one of you all, for coming and supporting the lives. Because, it's all about you guys, it's all about you guys and us as a community, and many people misinterpret and think that when a person goes live, whatever platform it is, that it's about the person who's giving it. Not necessarily. It's about the whole community as one, who enters, because you guys are all a part of this. So it's just amazing. It's so much fun, so stay tuned. Like I said, we got some more lives coming out. I'm going to keep pushing out these lives, man. And as far as what I was saying a moment ago, that post-fight reactions, I usually give a couple days later, because, those who know my channel or know my content and the way I do things is usually I give, unless I call the fight, I like to give post-fight reactions after, because I go back and watch the fight. And I like to let my thoughts settle down and the dust settle as far as, because there are so many platforms out there that give their post-fight reactions and stuff like that. So I just usually wait a few days later, you know what I mean? So I want to give my reaction on this, on Tramaine Williams and Angelo Leo, on their fighting styles that they gave, in the ring the other night, and, what potential they may have. Now, you guys know that, these fighters were both, if I remember correctly, it was 19-0. They both had 19 wins. They were both undefeated, and the super bantamweight division. All right. That's 120. I think they weighed in right below 122. Okay. But it was, they were right on with the weight. And, the thing here, first, I just want to give a general analysis on this. All right. Like my general thoughts, with these lower divisions. With these lower divisions, you just see a lot of action. Excuse me. You just see a lot of action, a lot of punches thrown, and that tends to be a more, entertaining fight, with these lower divisions. You know what I mean? With these lower divisions and this bantamweight, you tend to see, well, I can't really categorize it like that, but obviously in the higher divisions, you see a little bit more knockouts, more power, more oomph to their punches, you know what I'm saying? And the super bantamweight division, with this fight at least, it was just punches all night long, man. Punches being thrown. These guys got chins. Now, I want to give a general analysis before I get into the details between these guys, the guys who fought, Angelo Leo and Tramaine Williams. It's either one of two things, man. you know, it's either they have really, really iron chins, they have like straight up iron chins and they can take punches all night long, or the power isn't that strong. Okay. They probably don't have much power, because they were just taking punches all night long, man. I mean, that's the thing. That's what you see more in the lower divisions. A fighter that comes to mind who has fought in the super bantamweight division is Isaac Dogbo or Dogbe. Sorry, I'm bad with names. I mean, I'm not the best with names. So, but I think he has some decent power, in the division. Him having fought there, so I think he has decent power. Isaac Dogbe, however you pronounce it, with all due respect, but but like these guys, Angelo Leo and Tramaine Williams, I'm not sure if they had too much power, really, not much power, but I mean, because they were going all night, these guys have either that, not much power, or they have super iron chins to receive all those blows they were receiving that night, man. So it was a great fight, man. Entertaining fight. It was kind of awkward and interesting, this fight, because you guys who've seen the fight, if you have seen it, if you haven't, go back and watch it. It's worth the watch. You know what I mean? It's worth watching. If I remember correctly, it was on a PBC card. It was a nice fight. It was nice to watch. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it, definitely. Sorry about the dogs in the background. There, you guys know, right? They're out in the yard playing and barking at people or whatever, right? Dogs who walk by the house and stuff. But yeah, so this fight, I mean, it was, the reason why is because of this. The reason why I saw it kind of like, well, not awkward, but Tramaine Williams was doing amazing in the first half of the fight, man. He was doing great. That Philly shell, Mayweather shell, whatever you want to call it, right? Defense that he had. This is one thing I gotta put it out there, okay? Tramaine Williams, he is a really skilled fighter. I really enjoyed the ringmanship that he was given in the first half of the fight. I mean, great ringmanship all around the ring. He was doing great. He was doing great. Angelo Leo tried to go on the inside and throw them body shots in the first half of the fight, and Tramaine Williams got out the way with his footwork amazingly. I was really digging it, man. I was really digging Tramaine Williams' style. If I remember correctly, he was a southpaw. He's a southpaw. Throwing them lead left hands, boom, down the pipe, landing on Angelo Leo. I mean, Tramaine Williams was doing great in the first half of the fight, man. And I'm sure you guys all saw that, and I was paying a lot of attention on that because I favor those kinds of fighters. I don't know if I have said that before. I'm sure I have. I favor all types of fighters, you know what I'm saying? But as far as the styles, I really like the styles of, the scientists in the ring, the technicians in the ring, those who, bring the science, the beauty of the science of defense and footwork, ringmanship, head movement, and things of that nature. I really dig that with fighters, and Tramaine Williams was bringing that. Tramaine Williams was bringing that in the first half of the fight. The first 5 rounds? As a matter of fact, here in ESPN Knockouts, they were airing the fight here, and I usually watch the fights here. Excuse me, PBC cards on ESPN Knockouts. Even even Top Rank cards, I watch that down here in Mexico on TV and ESPN. I think it's ESPN too, and the scorecards, the unofficial scorecards that they were given there on ESPN Knockouts, they were quite accurate, very accurate in this fight, at least, right? At least in this fight, because they were scoring Tramaine Williams they had Tramaine Williams up 9-10 rounds 1 through 5. And I totally agree with that. So the approximate first half of the fight, Tramaine Williams was just dominating amazingly with his footwork, with his defense, with his intelligence, his IQ in the ring. But as you guys saw, Angelo Williams to the body, man, from round 6 on up for the rest of the rounds. He was just going viciously to the body. And this is this is my question here. And this is why I guess I see it awkward, or there are a few things to analyze here and a few things that we can detect and assume. Okay. I say assume because we don't know 100% the corner and, what their game plan was. I'm saying? We don't know all those details, but we can assume certain things and we can analyze and speculate certain things. One of the things here is that, Angelo Leo, I don't know why he was waiting so long to go to the body, or not necessarily waiting so long. Actually, you know what? Let me backtrack to Tramaine Williams. Let me backtrack. This is one thing I can detect with Tramaine Williams. I mean, like I said, Amazing, just skilled fighter. I love it. You know, southpaw too. Wow, southpaw bringing that Philly shell defense. I really digged it. I really digged it. I really liked it. Footwork amazing. What I explained earlier. Okay, just a moment ago. One thing I can detect here is this. Maybe he didn't have much stamina. Okay, because from round six on up, you know, all the rest of the rounds, virtually, practically, he was just, I don't know. It seemed like he was trying to fight on the inside with Angelo Leo. I think that was a kind of a no-no because I don't think Tramaine Williams was prepared to fight on the inside. Okay. He tried to, like, from round six on up. In round 6, 7, I was thinking, Tramaine Williams, why are you just sitting there, you know, shoulder to shoulder, you know, toe to toe with Angelo Leo? That's not a good idea. What happened? Are you changing your game plan? I was perplexed there. That's why I'm saying what I said a moment ago, that to me, it was kind of awkward. It was kind of awkward in the sense that I was thinking, Tramaine Williams, what are you doing? Continue doing what you were doing, man, from rounds 1 through 5. Around there, right? Around halfway through the fight, Tramaine Williams was letting Angelo Leo fight on the inside, and then he started to fight Angelo's fight. That was a big mess up, man. I don't know what his corner was telling him. I don't know if his corner was saying, hey, start fighting on, you know, Angelo Leo, he's fighting on the inside. He wants to fight on the inside. Go toe-to-toe with him. I don't think his corner was telling him that. I think there was a big error right there, man. Definitely a big error, because Tramaine Williams was dominating rounds through 1 through 5. The first half of the fight, he was dominating, man. I don't know why he didn't continue doing what he was doing the first half of the fight. That was perplexing to me. That was awkward to me, okay? I thought Tramaine Williams had the fight in the bag. You know, I was like, man, if he continues fighting like that, kind of reminds me of a recent fight, you know, Albert Bell. You know, had him recently, interviewed him here on the channel. I thought he would be doing what Albert Bell did, because Albert Bell is kind of, you know, Tramaine Williams and Albert Bell have a kind of similar style. Obviously not the same, but similar. You know, a ringmanship amazing, footwork amazing, slipping jabs amazing, et cetera, slipping punches. Tramaine Williams was doing that, and I thought if he does it like this for all the rounds, he's going to dominate Angelo Leo. He's going to dominate this fight. I thought Tramaine Williams had the fight in the bag, because I assumed in the first few rounds that Tramaine Williams was going to fight like that the whole fight. You know, and I was like, man, this is going to be an easy fight. Wonderful, wonderful ringmanship, wonderful performance by Tramaine Williams. I was quite happy and glad. Then, excuse me, around halfway through the fight, around round 6, Angelo Leo started going to the body. He started working on the inside, being more aggressive, being more, you know, aggressive, and just going forward. And Tramaine Williams was permitting that. That's the problem, I thought. I was like, what's going on here? What is going on? No. You know, and it's not like I was going for Tramaine Williams or the other. I was just, you know, I was just watching the fight and enjoying it. And I was thinking, Tramaine, you got to keep doing what you're doing, bro. You're going to do what? You're going to dominate this fight. But then he started fighting Angelo's fight. Tramaine Williams started fighting Angelo's fight. That was the problem. And you know, you got to go to the corner here. You got to question the corner and think, what was the corner telling him? Because in round 6, he was fighting Angelo's fight. He let Angelo go toe to toe. And I was thinking, what are you doing, bro? Tramaine was not doing the best on the inside, and Angelo was winning on the inside. And then this is what I'm saying. Like, this is why I question the corner, because after round 6, they went to the corners. And then in round 7, the same thing. And I was thinking, Tramaine, what's going on with your corner? What's going on with the trainer? What's going on here? There's a big problem. He wasn't fighting as he was in the first half of the fight. So this is what I take from him. It's either the corner that didn't know what to do. Maybe the corner didn't know what to do when Angelo Leo was starting fighting on the inside more aggressively, chasing down Tramaine Williams. Because maybe they didn't train for that. You see, we got to question these things. These are things to question, and these are things, you know how fighters, when they lose, it's common to hear this. Oh, I got to go back to the drawing board, and you know, this is something that Tramaine Williams, they got to go back to the drawing board and analyze this and learn from it, because it looked like it's either that the corner didn't know what to do, had no idea what to do with Angelo Leo fight on the inside, or it can be another thing, that Tramaine Williams was tired. Okay. because all that footwork and that amazing stuff he was doing from the first half of the fight when he was dominating, he probably got tired because he was doing amazing. He was landing his punches cleanly, wonderful shots. I mean, schooling Angelo. I mean, it was amazing stuff. Maybe he got tired. Okay, so if that's the case, okay, real quick. Let me connect this just so we can get visual. I like to give visual, another example so we can see it, so you can visualize it a little bit more. It kind of reminds me of, Virgil Ortiz when he fought Samuel Vargas, okay? Virgil Ortiz and Samuel Vargas. Virgil Ortiz, same thing, doing amazing, outworking Samuel Vargas, just outboxing him, okay? And then what happened, I think it was around 6 or 7, Virgil Ortiz, I called that fight actually, and I said the same. I said that it seems like, while I was calling the fight live on the channel here, I said that it looks like Ortiz, I think it was around round 7 or 6. I don't recall, or round 5. I don't remember exactly, but you can go back and check it out. When I was calling the fight, I said, it looks like Ortiz is taking his foot off the gas pedal. And it looks like he's just, and Samuel Vargas, he started fighting toe to toe with Virgil Ortiz. He started fighting, on the inside, going to the body, very similar of what Angelo Leo did to Tramaine Williams, okay? Now, the reason why I say this is that because when you go back and watch that fight with Virgil Ortiz and Samuel Vargas, he was letting Virgil Ortiz was letting Samuel Vargas fight on the inside. And I gave that round to Samuel Vargas, okay? Because Virgil Ortiz wasn't doing much at all. And Vargas was, catching him on the inside a lot on the body, and I gave that fight to Vargas. Okay. And it seemed like, and I thought, this is what I thought. When I saw Virgil Ortiz do that, I was thinking maybe he's tired. Uh-oh. But then after that round, Virgil Ortiz went back at it like what he was doing in the first few rounds. Okay. He went back to work, and you guys know what happened. Round 7, if I'm not mistaken, he knocked him out. It was TKO. Okay. So I think it was round 5, actually. If I go back and think about it, okay, I think it was round 5 where Virgil Ortiz let Samuel Vargas fight on the inside. And that's where I thought maybe Virgil is getting tired. Maybe Virgil's getting a little bit tired. But then again, after that round, he just started fighting like he did in the first few rounds. Same thing happened here with Tramaine Williams and Angelo Leo. He let Angelo Leo fight on the inside, but in the next round after that, I think it was round 7, he kept letting him fight on the inside. And I thought, okay, maybe Tramaine is just tired. He got real tired by giving him an amazing performance the first 5 rounds. Okay, and maybe he took round 6 as a breather, but then round 7, round 8, I thought, what's going on, Tramaine? What are you doing, man? So that's the thing. He either either his corner didn't know what to do when Angelo Leo, because I'm going to get to Angelo Leo in a moment, but maybe they didn't know what to do with Angelo Leo fighting on the inside, or Tramaine Williams just got tired, couldn't get back at it. So that's a couple things you got to think about, and that's a couple things that, more than anything, Tramaine Williams in his corner, his team has to think about, his stamina. Okay, I mean, I'm sure they're going to talk it over. They're talking it over, so they go back to the drawing board and improve on those weaknesses, because those were big weaknesses, man. Big weaknesses. Why? Because Williams, like I said, he was dominating, man, and I was just enjoying that wonderful skill. I was enjoying it. And then, it looks like he got tired, and just Angelo Leo just started dominating on the inside, outworking him. Or it can also be another thing. Tramaine Williams doesn't know how to fight on the inside. That's another thing we got to analyze. So it can be 3 things, actually. His corner didn't have no idea what to do when Angelo Leo started fighting on the inside, right? Tramaine Williams probably lost his stamina and just got tired, which is a big no-no for that weight, man. I mean, for any weight, but, fighters got to work on stamina, man, in general. Fighters have to work on stamina because, okay, you go back, man. Excuse me. You go back. We talked about this in Boxing Then and Now, my series. With the brothers I mentioned a moment ago, Reggie Owens, Curtis Anderson, Storm B. In one of our series, I think it was, I don't remember what number it was, but we talked about, how fight, back in the day, man, there used to be rounds. It was 3-minute rounds. Okay. There were 3-minute rounds, and they used to have more than 15 rounds. You used to hear about, fighter knocked out in round 24, and with 3-minute rounds. I mean, that's insane. You know, and I remember saying in the series, that's like superhuman powers. And then I think I asked Chris Anderson in that specific show. I said, were these guys juicing, man? Were these guys, I mean, that's superhuman. That sounds like superhuman powers. In Spanish, we say sobrenatural. I mean, that's just super powerful, man. The stamina was just off the charts back in the days. You see, that's what I'm saying. That nowadays, man, before these fighters used to go 15 rounds, 20 rounds, 30 rounds, 40 rounds. They should go a lot of rounds. And now it's 12 rounds, same minutes, same number of minutes in each round, you know? And these guys are getting tired out around 5, 6, 7. I mean, you see what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying? So, I mean, I think nowadays, you know, you can say so much about this, that nowadays fighters, they have to work on stamina. They just got to work on being stamina, you know, having the same energy from round 1 to 12. And that's when a fighter can dominate. That's when a fighter can really, really show what they have from rounds 1 to 12 without getting tired and without minimizing what they're bringing to the table. You see what I'm saying? Just wait a second, guys. Hold on. Something happened to my screen. Hold on. Just wait a second, guys. Bear with me just a couple seconds here. I just can't see my screen. I'm just going to open this up here. Hold on. So, you know, the stamina has to be worked on, okay? But I'm not saying that was the issue, though, with Tramaine Williams, but it's possible, okay? It's a possible thing there, okay? It's a possible thing that, let me go into my studio hold on, okay? I don't know why, I just can't see the monitor. Something happened here. Just wait a second, please. Hold on here. Bear with me, family. All right, cool. So
Tramaine, oh my gosh, I got two. Hold on.
Yeah, you're gonna see me with two of my because I can't see the monitor on my screen now. Something weird happened. It's all good. So you're gonna see me as a guest, but hold up. Now, let me get to Angelo Leo. Okay, so that's what I see with Tramaine Williams. Okay, it was probably a stamina. He doesn't know how to fight on the inside, or his corner just didn't know what to do, which kind of relates on the second point. Like maybe his corner doesn't even know what to do when it comes to opponents fighting on the inside. So now let's go to Angelo Leo. Now, another thing here is this, that Angelo Leo, okay, my question is this. Why was he letting Tramaine Williams dominate the first few rounds? You see what I'm saying? Maybe that's another thing. Maybe he was trying to conserve his energy, you know, try to save his energy so he can perform and do what he had to do for the next half of the fight. You see? That's another thing. If it has to do with that, he also has to work on his stamina. You see what I'm saying? Leo also has to work on his stamina, if that's the case. That's another question that comes to mind when it comes to now focusing on Angelo Leo. Why did it take so long? You know, why did it take so long for Angelo Leo to do something? I mean, it was the first 5 rounds. He was just getting schooled, okay? But then in the next half of the fight, he started really going in there. Had Angelo Leo done what he did the second half of the fight, you see, that's why I say it's kind of perplexing, these things, because that's what I see from this, you know? Had Angelo Leo done what he did the second half of the fight in the first half of the fight, then it would have been another story. It would have been a little bit more challenging for both parts. You see? For both opponents, for both fighters. So, you know, but I mean, and now I want to get to the end of this, that as far as the end of the fight, the scorecards, I think the scorecards were something around the lines of 111, 118. If I'm not mistaken, another judge scored the same, 111, 118, or 111, 119. The third judge, I think it was similar. It was like 120 to 111, something around there. And they had Angelo Leo just like, way up in points. I mean, that's another thing I was kind of thinking like, wow, like I said, like Tramaine Williams, it looks like he dominated the first half, and then Angelo Leo the second half, and the scorecards were like, wow, but that's the thing. Angelo Leo was just a lot more active on the inside. He was landing so much. And the thing here is that Tramaine Williams, this leads me to think also that Tramaine Williams doesn't know how to fight on the inside, because Tramaine Williams was just clinching a lot. Clinch. And I remember going back to what I was talking about with our guests, with my guests on, Boxing Then and Now, Stormy B, Curtis, they were commenting that a reason why fighters clinch so much when it comes to fighting on the inside is because they don't know how to fight on the inside. They don't know how to fight on the inside. You see, that I think that's kind of that's a weakness, man. And Tramaine Williams, I personally think it seems like I'm inclining more towards he just doesn't know how to fight on the inside. Clinching up so much, and he wasn't letting Angelo Leo fight on the inside that way. It's better to not permit Angelo Leo to fight on the inside by using that footwork and doing the same that he did from rounds 1 through 5. You see what I'm saying? It would have been way better to do that, but he was just clinching up, which led to unfortunate low blows on both sides, blow blows. And, so, I mean, it was a nice fight. I liked it. I enjoyed it, but those are things I detected, and that's another thing. I got to reiterate that Angelo Leo, I don't know why it took so long for him to start working on the inside. Why did it take him so long? Why didn't he just start doing that from the beginning of the fight? And, that also leads me to say that, there has to be more holisticness, more whole skills on both parts. Angelo Leo just fighting on the inside all the time, learn how to use that jab. Dude, like throw the jab a little bit more, while Tramaine Williams was trying to, was actually boxing Leo out very well in the first half of the fight. Why didn't Angelo Leo use the jab more? Use the jab more. If you can't fight on the inside, start using the jab more. You can do other things. You can't just always depend on fighting on the inside. That's another thing I detected with Angelo Leo. Don't always just depend, because if that happens, you're going to get outboxed by someone who has more stamina. And, like I said, if Tramaine Williams had done that all the rounds, he would have easily beat Angelo Leo. So how can you counter that? Use the jab more. Keep going on the inside, but use the jab more. Use the jab more and follow up with combos after the jab. And, it would have been a more engaging fight. It would have been a more, a better opportunity for Angelo Leo, to be more competitive in the first half of the fight, because Angelo Leo was not competitive in the first half of the fight. Definitely not. You see what I'm saying? So, I mean, I take several things out of this, I take several things out of what I saw in this fight. So, those who are coming in, thanks so much, man. I thank you. I appreciate you all. Thank you for coming in. The reason why you see 2 Renee Box Young icons here, it's because my monitor went out. I don't know why in my computer. So I had to resort to my phone to open it up here just to see what's going on here in the chat and all this stuff. Okay, so yeah, that's what I took out of it. Now the good thing here is that Tramaine Williams, he has, I mean, he can come back easily with the skills he has, but he definitely has to work on fighting on the inside. Definitely work on fighting on the inside, man. He really has to work on that. Like I said, you can't just depend on one thing. This is another thing I take from that. So with Angelo Leo, you can't just depend on fighting on the inside, man. You got to use your jab more. You got to learn how to fight boxers. Learn how to fight boxers like Tramaine Williams, because he's going to face more boxers. Angelo Leo in that division is going to, you got Conlan. I mean, he's there. You got some names in that division. You know what I'm saying? So you got to learn how to fight boxers. You see, Mark Blake, salute, brother. Thanks so much for tuning in, man. Thank you. I appreciate you, man. Mark Blake, make sure to put on your notification bell, because, recently I've been going live pretty frequently with great shows, great guests, and I got more planned for this week. So, man, go ahead and put on the notification, bro. And go back to my channel, bro, after this live. And check out the shows, man. Great stuff. Great content, bro. Go ahead and share and subscribe. Yeah, if you're not subscribed, I'm sure you are, though. Thank you so much, Mark, for tuning in, brother. So that's the thing, what I take from fighters in general. And, when you reflect on these things, fighters have to be more holistic. Don't just fight on the inside. Learn how to fight on the outside too. Learn how to fight boxers, because had Angelo Leo learned that or trained for that, he wouldn't have been dominated the first half of the fight. Vice versa. If Williams had learned or trained to fight on the inside more, he wouldn't have been dominated the last half of the fight. You see what I'm saying? You guys? So I know that fighters are going to have weaknesses. I know they're going to have, but it's best to learn, several styles and ways to fight in the ring. Don't just depend on one. Now, excuse me. There's only one Floyd Mayweather. Okay. Why do I say this? Because you guys are like, what the heck did that have to do with it? Because sometimes I think, fighters are trying a little bit too much to fight like Floyd Mayweather. I kind of saw that from Williams. I'm not saying he tried to fight like Floyd Mayweather, but you can see he was kind of, with that Philly shell and the way he was throwing punches that the first half of the fight, it looked like kind of like Mayweather, man. Leo trains at Floyd's gym. Wow. I thought it was the other way around, man. Bruce goes. So Bruce goes says here, let me put this up here. So Leo saying that Bruce said that Leo trains at Floyd's gym and he getting tips from the champ himself. He'll learn. I actually thought Williams trained in Floyd's gym because he was fighting a lot like Floyd, and it's interesting that Leo, training at Floyd's gym, didn't fight like Floyd at all. And that's I wanted to talk about that point. It's really interesting that Bruce, that you brought this up, because this is why I'm bringing up Floyd right now. That it seems like, not all of them, obviously, but it seems like a few fighters, I've seen it time and time again, where fighters come from Floyd's gym and they try to fight like Floyd. I mean, there's only one Floyd. You see, it's hard to see that sometimes when fighters try to take that Floyd, style. I mean, Phyllis Shell, I get it, you know what I'm saying? But when they try to, it seemed like to me that Williams is try to fight a little bit like Floyd. He tried to fight like Floyd. And there's only one Floyd Mayweather. Thanks, Mark Blake. Already got the bell on. All righty, man. Awesome. Good stuff, bro. So when a fighter tries to fight and try to imitate too much Floyd, it's not gonna work out. It's not gonna work out because they're gonna get clipped. They're gonna face things in the ring, from their opponent that they're not prepared for. You see, the Philly shell, I mean, it's a great way. It's a great defense, you know what I'm saying? But you can't just depend on that. You can't just depend on trying to fight like Floyd. I'm not saying Williams was trying to imitate him all the way, but it kind of looked like it, okay? It kind of looked like he was trying to, pivot out of the ropes like Floyd does, try to counter when you're against the ropes. Williams tried to do that sometimes. It didn't work. Man. I mean, because Leo, he just knew how to fight on the inside. I mean, there's no other way to say it, right? But so, fighters, they have to learn their own style. It's good though. It's good to apply certain techniques and strategies and skills, you know what I mean, that Floyd has. It's no problem. But if you're trying to all the way to do it, it's not going to work because there's only one Floyd. There's only one Mike Tyson. There's only one Pacquiao. You see what I'm saying? There's only one of each fighter. You can't try to totally imitate someone, because it's not going to work out. I mean, so the biggest thing I can take from this as far as the post-fight reaction is that, Williams needs to learn how to fight on the inside more, learn how to fight inside fighters, work on stamina, because I don't know what happened. Like I said, what happened? I don't know. Learn how to fight on the inside, work on your stamina, man, because Angelo Leo just started fighting on the inside, and Tramaine just stood there and didn't move around like he did the first half of the fight. So, I mean, and Leo has to learn how to fight boxers also, That's what I took from this more than anything. I just want to give a post-fight reaction. And so as far as the division is concerned, I'm not too acquainted with that division, I'll admit. I'm acquainted more with the division higher than that, where you got other fighters there. But as far as that division where they are at 120, 122 pounds, I just know of Conlan and, other fighters, other people who are in the chat more acquainted with that division. But what I do want to say is this, that Tramaine Williams, he has an amazing future. Definitely. Even though he lost, I mean, a loss doesn't determine too much. You know what I'm saying? I mean, he lost. It's all right. It's all right. Leo won the WBO belt, if I'm not mistaken, won the WBO title in that division. And he has other fighters to face in that division, so we'll see how he does. But, I mean, Leo definitely has to work on more fighting on the outside, okay? That's what I can take also from this fight. Don't just fight on the inside all the time. I mean, it's great. That's his strength, definitely. And I don't know how – I mean, I got to give props to Tramaine Williams because how was he taking so many shots on the inside, man? I mean, that was just vicious. That was vicious, you guys. You know what I'm saying? I mean – he took so many shots on the inside. How was he able to take all that? Dude, Leo was just hurting on the inside. He was doing some damage, no doubt. He was doing some real damage on the inside. So I don't know how Tramaine, I mean, he had some abs, definitely, man. He had his body ready to go. So I don't know how he was able to take all those punches on the inside. So he did great. He did great in that aspect. I mean, the second half of the fight, Williams, I got to give him that props. Definitely. I got to give him that props, dude. He was just taking so many punches. And when you see him go to the corner, he was just like, he looked like he was beat, man. I mean, but he was still going all the way. So, I give him that props. So I'm saying, like, Williams has a great future in the sport of boxing. I mean, he definitely, but he has to work on those things that I saw, at least. I think he does have to definitely work on those aspects. But one loss, I mean, it's no big deal, man. Get up, get back at it. And I mean, he's a great fighter, so is Leo. But, those are things that I think that they should both work on. So let's see here. Briscoes, let me see what you got to say, bro. Let me go down here real quick. I don't know why I can't see my monitor. It just went out right now. Dang it. Hold on. Hold on, guys. I got it. Hold on. Just wait a moment. You guys bear with me. Wait a second, please. Okay, let me just read this real quick what Brusco says. In March 2017, Leo began training at the Mayweather Boxing Club where he sparred with some of Mayweather Promotions' top prospects. Ooh, with top prospects? I honestly didn't know that. Hold on. Man, it looks like there we go. Hold on. There we go. I got the screen back. Ugh. I got a little worried there. Okay, cool. Let me get off the phone. Hold on. Let me just get off the phone